Hello there, this is Mikhail, and in this video I want to tell you how I started my lucid dreaming and how I actually learned how to do that. Well, first of all, in order to do that, you have to open up towards that. So by that, no fears, no drama. Basically, you need to realize that it's a wonderful, pleasant, amazing experience, and also you need to realize that you need to think about it more often. It needs to become part of your thinking, your thoughts, because what you are spending your time on, like thinking of, goes into your subconsciousness, and when you're dreaming, you're facing your subconsciousness. So for instance, when I read the book, it was a long time ago. I read the book, I think it was Sylvia Brown, the book of the dreams. And I remember when I read her book about the dreams and etc., I started to have lucid dreaming as well. Because I was reading it for a while and I was thinking about analyzing, and it became part of me. And this is how my journey started. I mean, it's not the first lucid dreaming I had, but the statistically it became like much more often, because I started to look towards the dream world. I started to pay attention towards that. And also you can do very cool practice, like there are many of, like, just for example, for instance, you're looking on the clock, if you have a clock on your hand, and or your phone, or in your room, and when you look at your time, you're asking the question to yourself, am I dreaming or am I not? Is this a dream or it's real life? Like, is this a physical world or astral? Well, once you think about that, and if you would do that constantly every single day, at least a couple of times per day, it will become the habit, and usually you see your habits in your dreams. So imagine once upon a time in your dream, you are looking on your clock and you're asking the question to yourself, am I dreaming or am I not? And then you realized, oh bloody hell, I am actually dreaming, and I am looking in the clock in the dream world. So in the physical world, so I'm not in the physical world, I'm in the dream world. And then this is where the journey is starting of your exploration. So you can link, so what you need to do, you need to link your thoughts about dreaming or this reality. It's like you're checking, are you dreaming or not? So for instance, right now you're not dreaming because you're watching this video, and ask the question, are you dreaming or not? Ask this question to you and link this question with certain activity you do every single day. Like the clock is just one of them. You can, I don't know, run and ask your question, am I dreaming or not? And then one day you will start to run in your dream, and then thinking the question, am I dreaming or not? And then, bloody hell, I'm dreaming because I see the pink elephant flying. Something like that, yeah? So once your consciousness goes within, once you put your attention to subconsciousness, dream world, you will start to awaken it within you. Another thing, or the recommendation which I can tell you, is the quality of your dreams. Well, specifically, the thing is, usually if you dream after about 4 to 5 a.m. and further, then our brain works differently on different waves, and it gives us opportunity to have much more profound experience. Like the quality of the dream becomes very realistic. Also, if you go to sleep, I mean, this is based on my personal experience, yeah, what I'm telling you. It's not written, oh, possibly, of course, it's written in a certain book and etc., but this is my personal experience. So, if you go to sleep on time, like perfectly 9, 10, at least until 11 a.m., yeah, like, or p.m., yeah, that's p.m., 10 p.m., 9 p.m., 11 p.m., something about that. Then, first of all, you recharge your body, you have more energy, and this gives you opportunity to have the higher quality dreams. Like, by that I mean you can actually remember who you were talking with in the dream, what you saw, what emotions you felt, hold the chain of your dream as well. If you go to sleep, let's say after 12 or 1, 2 a.m., yeah, this is already messing up the quality of your dreams, and it's much more difficult to remember them, because your brains, your body did not get right amount of energy, and your consciousness did not was not able to, how to say, relax, I guess, to have because for the lucid or astral you also need the energy. That's why you cannot constantly do that 24/7. It's specific amount of energy which is required, and your pineal gland as well needs to have a charge, yeah. So if you are able to maintain your pineal gland in a good how to say shape, like by that I mean decalcify it using the right toothpaste and different, having the right how to say lifestyle. By that I mean your habits. So there are people who like to drink the alcohol, smoke, or whatever, using drug, and then they watching some kind of horror movies and all that crap, and they want to have lucid dreaming. Well, you may have lucid dreaming, I mean some people do have, but they're wasting their potential, because if you will keep yourself clean inside and outside and your consciousness, then your experiences can be much more profounder. So if you don't smoke, if you don't drink, if you're not angry, if you're positive, and if you're clean inside and outside and all of that, then there is a bigger chance for you to have the lucid dreaming and astral traveling as well, yeah. The difference is between the lucid dreaming and astral travel. First of all, when we are sleeping, our astral body, so our consciousness, which is an astral body, is leaving physical body anyway. But sometimes you may see crappy dream which is created by your subconsciousness, and it is just cleaning up your mess that you have inside, or certain emotions. It's about cleaning, and everything that is around you is like a playing game which is necessary to be digested and transformed. That energy needs to be transformed to a different state. So you may see people, objects, but they're fake, and you can you can realize that you are in the dream, and when you will want to interact with them, they are like NPCs from the video game. They are not real. It's like you're in a fake environment. You can even be inside a video game when you're sleeping. I mean, it has many things that you can do there. But if you do all of that I said, constantly working upon yourself, then since the brain works differently after 4, 5, 6 a.m. and you go sleep again, and you're clean, yeah, inside and outside, energetically, physically, and etc., your mind, emotions, Then by going sleep, you either leave your body and you can see it, yeah, or you left your body but you don't really remember that, but with your techniques you realize that you're in a dream world, and you will see that you are in a world without faked objects. Like, it's not created by your subconsciousness. Well, certain things are still attracted by your subconsciousness, because in astral you co-create with others the reality, and they attract each other by the same vibration. That's why you may have switches from one how to say piece of reality to another, but if they have the same vibration or similar, yeah, they interact with each other because they are united by the thought forms which are created by those who live there. Yeah, what I was going to tell you is you are in the real world. By that you can see the sun shining, you can feel the temperature, you can hear the communication, like people walking around talking, or certain beings right in front of you, yeah, or you can touch the objects. What I do, like, I like to touch the things to check the density of the matter, because the astral realms, they have different levels of density, and you can feel it by putting your hand or your body through the walls or the windows and etc. So you can, this gives you opportunity to travel, and it also depends on your energetic level. Well, when I travel, yeah, I use my heart chakra, because I realized when I have no tension here, when it's fully peaceful, calm, I'm in harmony with myself, then, my friend, I'm traveling to the very positive world, where the vibration is very pleasant, and yeah, you can face there, like the people are living there, the beings are living there. You know, I have seen the giants, I have seen the fairies or the elves, and I cannot say that there that this is my imagination, because it's like when you can feel their face expression, emotion, you can talk with them, like, absolutely. And same thing is with real life, yeah. When you're talking with a person, you know that this is a real person. But you can, of course, also understand the level of awareness or the consciousness of a certain person by just communicating, interacting with certain persons. So the same thing is in a astral and the dream world. That's why some people say, oh, it's a totally different thing. No, some people say, no, it's absolutely the same thing. So yes and no, the answer is. So once you have something recreated by your subconsciousness and you are aware that you are in a dream, that your experience is not what usually people experience when they have astral projection. But if you lucid dream at the time when your body left, and you're in a decent real world, which you can interact with just like an astral, it is the same thing as astral travel. Yeah, that's why there is no distinction between that. And the hypnotherapy, yeah, what they do, they put person, if the difference is, it's very similar, by the way, it depends on the level of the trance, yeah, how deep you can actually take the person into this altered state of mind and consciousness. But if you can't do that, and the person is being hypnotized, then you can give the command to that person to keep hearing your voice, and at the same time to traveling already with the body. So only the mouth is speaking, but it's like, imagine you are astral traveling and you're hearing the voice from somewhere, somebody's talking with you, and you're talking with that person. So that person is the guy or the person who is hypnotizing you, who have placed you in this reality. That's why these people, they are keeping themselves in between of dream world traveling and at the same time talking with the person and remembering that they're having this session. Or you might put, or they may not remember, but everything that they experience is real. So you can guide, so the person who is hypnotherapist, he can guide that person to certain direction, because when you are inside of the astral realm or the dream world, you still have, how to say, you still have, you are so affected by what you're seeing around you that you may forget about certain wishes that you would want to realize being there. Like, you want to attract someone, you want to talk with someone, you want to go somewhere, yeah? And it's sometimes difficult to do because you're always distracted by what you're seeing. Because your consciousness is operating on different frequencies. It's slightly different experience, let's say. That's why it is necessary to have the person who is taking care and watching. This is again, I'm talking about the regressions, yeah, the hypnotherapy and etc. So this is slightly different thing, but at the same time, all these things are interconnected. Oh yes, 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 yes. So I keep jumping from one topic to another. So stay positive. Stay positive. Stay clean emotionally. Try as much as you can. Yeah. Don't watch the horror movies, by the way. The horror movies are made for the purpose to lower your vibration, to lower your frequency, to get scared. It's like from one perspective you like something beyond, like something mystical, something unusual. Yeah, you're attracted by this. But from the other perspective, you start to afraid of it, and you also lower your vibration, and you're watching the movies where there are entities who can take you over and etc. And you're thinking that they can take you over, and this is what is happening sometimes when people after that try to go astral, yeah, or the getting attacked by the beings and etc. Because they have how to say, they are on the same vibration. First of all, you have to understand that no one can harm you without, or interact with you without your permission. Like, your sphere, your energetic field cannot be affected by any entity. This is your shield, your universe, if you are not giving the permission to that entity. You know, like in the movies, the vampire knocks on the door and it opens the door. When you open the door, and then the vampire says, "Can I enter your house? Will you give me your permission?" So the house is symbolizing your energetic sphere, your security, your protection. And then you say, "No, sorry, no." So nobody can do that. But when you are afraid, when you're watching these movies like Astral, like, this is crap. Honestly, sorry, but this is crap, in my opinion, because of the negativity it holds. It does have something there, but one, imagine most of the movies, like horror movies, they are showing you that there are beings which are stronger than the human. And when people start to believe that, by belief, they're opening the gates to their energetic field, and these beings, they start to take over. Same thing is about obsession. Yeah. Once the person believes that the person is victim and cannot get out of certain entity or being, yeah, that being is just using that person's energy, eating it. Same thing is with the bad habits. That's why I'm saying, if you're drinking or smoking, and it's a habit which is already controlling you, you gave the permission to control you, use your energy, and every person who is using alcohol or cigarettes is connected to the egregore, which is run by the different entities, yeah? Not the highest one. About the egregore, you can watch my first video. I'm sure you are familiar with this term. If not, yeah, you can get know about it. So, Simple as that. So that is why before you go there to the astral, sort out yourself, work upon yourself. People don't want to work about, so they take ayahuasca, they take LSD, and they're having their experiences. I mean, some people have good experiences, some people have bad experiences. But what is happening, imagine you are protected from that world, and they just make the hole, and through that hole you can go somewhere, and someone can come as well. So that's why not all people have positive experiences having ayahuasca. It's artificial. Yeah, that's why I'm for natural, and natural is just by practicing through the meditation, your cleaning, the lucid dreaming, and etc. Yeah, but even the shamans, yeah, they knew the consequences of using the ayahuasca and all those herbs, and they knew that they had to compensate the, how to say, the energy, and it's like, you know, you're taking accelerator, you're taking energy drink, and by that you're telling your body to use your extra energy, extra potential. It's like taking the credit, but you're gonna have to pay it back. Well, the shamans, they know how to pay it back, they know how to do the compensation, they are taught. But the average person, that's why I don't really recommend to do that. But again, this is my personal experience. I'm not trying to push you towards that. I mean, if you want, you can do whatever you want, you can take the mushrooms, etc., but I don't really recommend to do that. Once you are using, if you're smoking weed, yeah, when you're smoking weed, your astral body is slightly removed from your physical body. Similar effect is from the alcohol. That's why some people may have experiences. Usually the alcoholics, they may see even entities, demonic entities, because they have breaking the hole inside of that world, yeah? But this is not the good way to do that. And there is no need to do that, to be honest. Yeah, where did I go with my thoughts? Yeah, so artificially, when you use something artificially, you are, it's like you're, imagine if you will be sitting in a chair which will take you somewhere, so you're not training your muscles of your feet, so at a certain point you will lose ability to walk, your muscles are not used. So the same thing, if you want to use your spiritual muscles, don't use all that crap, train yourself. And you know, when you, that's the thing, when you're working with yourself, with your character, spirituality, like meditations and all of that, like thinking positive, harmony, and blah blah blah, naturally the abilities are opening up. And then you do lucid dreaming, astral traveler, and it happens naturally, because you are creating environment within your bodies and consciousness to give them this ability to open up, just like the flower is opening naturally once you put it in the right ground with the necessary vitamins and the sun and how to say, the water and etc. Yeah, same thing, my friend. So we hold the keys of all these abilities, but a lot of people are watching the fantasy movies and they want to do it as fast as possible, but it's fake, you know. You have to evolve, and by evolve you have to work with your character, you have to grow spiritually, open your chakras. And chakras, you know, when you do the meditation practices, they do a certain sorting out, but you actually sort out your chakras when you live in the real world, in the physical world, when you fight with your fears, overcome them, yeah, obstacles, when you say what you were afraid to say and you're no longer afraid to say, when you like to express yourself, when you don't care what other people think about you, when you reach your goals. This is when you actually make your chakras work properly, when you get rid of all of that, not running in a cave meditating from the world. Yes, you can some souls can have such experiences, and I had such experiences in my previous lives, which I dedicate only to meditations and going to the astral travel and etc. But that's another topic. I'm talking about 21st century right now. You're living in the world, cities, cars, humans with different frequencies, negative, positive, etc. But you have to be in the middle. Yeah. So this is how the lucid dreaming is taking me to different topics, but they are all interconnected. They are all interconnected, really. I mean, each topic which I just mentioned can be expanded, and it's just a long conversation. But I think it's very interesting. Everything what I'm sharing with you is, how to say, personally digested. And I'm on the path just like everybody else. I'm learning just like everybody else. I do read something. I see I'm watching the experiences of other people, but at the same time I'm comparing them with my own experience, and the experiences I had already gives me they already give me certain understandings towards all these topics. Yeah, because I have we have Woody Woodpecker here again. So I have done the past life regressions, not only using the lucid dreams. Yeah, I went to the people who work with that, but I think I have said it in a previous video. Yeah, I keep returning to this topic because I want to learn to do the past life regressions. I have done it to some of my friends. I mean, I can do that, but I still want to get education. Like, I have done something similar as Dolores Cannon, for instance. Yeah, but I just read a couple of her books, amazing, gorgeous books with amazing experiences, because it's all about subconsciousness. And she was amazing with her discoveries, of course, and many other interesting, intelligent people. We're living in the moment when there is no need to go into the deep state of your consciousness, like in terms of trance, the altered state of your like trance, when you can be fully aware and also experience and see it. Well, like remote viewers do, for the most of the thing. Yeah, they are staying conscious. But you see, another thing, everything what you can learn or might be taught, the thing is, we have different bodies. We may have slightly different energetic structures. In general, there are a lot of similarities, but we have different purposes in life. Therefore, some of the things which are recommended, they cannot be applied by everyone. Like, there are people who can do astral, just sitting on the chair on the daytime, close their eyes, and they're leaving their body. Not everyone can do that. And it has many reasons why. Either you have to face with your fears, work upon yourself, you have to train that, or you may have completely different life purpose, and your soul, if you would start to do that, you would be distracted of your mission, your life purpose. Yeah, that's why do not fly away from the from this planet. Be in this planet, but experience lucid dreaming when you can, if you want to do so. Just work upon yourself. Do not get attached. If you're attached by something, the life will take you. Life may take it from you, because you have to be free from everything. If you have a strong desire towards something spiritual, like not spiritual, but let's say mystical, yeah, something beyond this reality, if you are attaching towards that, the life will take it away from you, because it may distract you from realizing your life purpose in this life. Yeah, you have to do something material. For instance, your soul came to experience material world, or the other way around. If you are too much into material, it will take away the money, the girls, and the power that you have, and etc. Yeah? So that's why you have to stay in the middle. This is the best thing to do. you can be in two worlds at the same time and enjoy both of them and in harmony. You can interact with the monks, you can interact with people who are not believing into that. It's like you're playing the game, you're taking the role, and you can be, how to say, two in one. This is how it's supposed to be, in my personal opinion, and based on the experience I have had and still having. Well, for the candy, I'm thinking, shall I tell you about some of my experiences? Let me just think what will be the most interesting one. Well, um, okay, I'll share with you my recent experience. If you have seen my first video about the Astral Travel, so after I made this video, I went to sleep, and it was around about 7 a.m. or something, and I basically had the astral traveling, yeah. So I realized that I was in my room, I saw myself, and I went from my room in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen, but I was already in astral, yeah. I saw my mother, I saw my father as well, and I saw my big painting in the middle of them. And then I realized that I want to go out to see how my neighborhood looks in astral, because it's constantly changing there. It's like I've seen various versions of it. So I went through the glass. Yeah, I put my hands and I went through the glass. I started to walk. I don't remember if I was flying. I really don't remember. I like to fly there a lot. But I have seen the houses, like the blocks, just typical blocks, like houses with the many apartments where like loads of people live, like they have their own apartment houses. So they're in the white color, they're very old, Soviet. But in astral, all of them, like, they were painted with the paintings, like the house was used as a canvas sort of, and each house had a different painting. So I was like, whoa, wow, this is so cool. They're all painted. And then I saw the different buildings that were standing next to them, which were not in this, again, physical world. They are not there. So they were also painted. There was some kind of water and something else. Yeah, there was some kind of water and something else. Can't really remember. I don't even see. That's the thing. If I would focus on one painting, I would remember that. But the longer you stay in astral, you're distracted. The difficult is to remember something. So when you communicate with someone, talk with someone, when someone gives you certain information, dates, names, then if you want to remember that, then it is recommended to already wake up, and then you're going to write it down, like certain symbols, communication, etc. But you don't want to wake up because you want to explore more. And this is what I did. I saw the paintings, saw some colors, but I won't be able to reckon what kind of paintings I saw already. That's the thing. There was some nature, something like that, in one of the buildings. But anyway, I went further, or I flew further, and then my city started, my town, the hometown, started to disappear, and I start to see actually the different buildings, different objects, and it was very good weather, sunny. Again, I saw, well, it was weird. I saw something like a swimming pool, and in that swimming pool, I have seen, I saw like, how do you call it? Around five to seven women, I think mostly black women. They were dressed in very beautiful dresses, purple, pink, like, and they did some kind of practice there right in the swimming pool. The swimming pool was not deep; it was like pretty much until this part of the body, and they did some kind of practice there, like, and I was like observing, oh, that's something unusual and interesting. So the ladies are practicing. Then I saw two girls running and playing, and then I saw so more people were walking like pedestrians, and I was exploring as well. And then I was like, okay, I want to find something interesting. Like I want to say something apart from the humans, yeah, something beyond. So then I heard some kind of noise, and some building. I remembered I entered the building, sort of a tiny basement, and I could hear the sound of I don't know, the sound of the factory or the sound of the blacksmithing, something like that. And inside, I entered the very narrow room, and there was like a cupola, like I don't know, even tiny building within the building cupola. It was covered up, and then I saw the entrances, the doors, but these doors were very short, like about 2-3 feet. Like, let's say if we compare with this tree, well, it was like about that. I had the round shape around it and the entrance, and there were two of these, and out of the entrance came out the beings, like that small approximately. Well, and they had some kind of how do you call it? Like I don't even know how to call it. The helmet, sort of helmet, round shape. You couldn't see the face at all. It was fully covered, and they were dressed like they had some kind of working costume. Like they were like dwarves, you know. They were covered up in the gloves, and it looked like the gray color. Basically, they had some kind of clothes that they had to wear to work. And I when I entered there, I felt that it was much warmer, like even hot. So they were doing something with lava, with transforming metal into something, like they were working upon something. And they did not talk. There were two of these beings. And I remember before that, when I started to travel, I had some issues. Sometimes my picture started to disappear, and then I'm not moving. I'm waiting till the picture will show up again. So I came to that being, and I said, "Listen, can you give me something? Maybe you can give me something that would help me to stay stable when I astral travel. Like, can you give me something really?" And that being was like talking in his interesting voice, and he actually gave me something. And what he did, he gave me the implant. He actually put the implant in my left, like right here, yeah. And I was like, okay, I don't know these entities. I don't know if they're bad or good. So maybe this device that they're putting, because they like to put devices, trust me, especially if you give permission, and they're not always the good ones. So I was like, okay, I will give you my own implant as well. So I created the implant, and I put that implant in that being head, and I said, if your implant will give me what I need, what I asked, if it will affect me negatively, then you will feel very bad, you will have a very bad mood, and there is nothing you can do about it. If your implant is working good, that mine implant will be working good as well. And then that being, I don't know if you were able to understand me, but this is what I had. And then that being stopped, like standing without any movements, and that being told me like, I feel bad, bad. And I was like, okay, so if you feel bad, it means that you gave me something negative as well. And then that being, I said, okay, remove it. If you remove it, I remove it my own. So we basically put the implants to each other. And then I saw my feet, and from my feet, he put his hand, and then I saw the tiny tablet was coming out of the skin of my leg. It basically went out. So he removed his implant. So and I was like, okay, take it back. And I removed my implant that I put him. Something like that, guys. I know it sounds weird, but you do know that the entities, they are putting different chips and implants, and usually to drain your energy, to accumulate something from you. If we're talking about negative entities, some implants can be positive, but usually it's the other way around. It's those who understand in this field way more, they can recognize it. So basically, I had those dwarf-like beings who were working with hot temperatures, with lava, possibly the underground, and they did something very interesting. So I removed my implant. I could keep it, but I had no trust that it would work, So I removed it. He helped me to remove it, and I removed my own. So this is the journey I had. The astral is very weird. The experiences you may have there are very weird, beyond logical thinking, because that's irrational reality, how to say. And this is what the Alice in Wonderland actually shows you: irrational reality, yeah, which goes beyond our logical mind and thinking. So that's the problem with our logic. Our logic is limiting us, but the astral realms, they actually have things which you cannot put in your mind. Our physical reality is not, how to say, connecting them. That's why you may see the birds or the cats talking with you like human beings. You may see the flying objects which may have eyes and things like that. Well, this is a part of astral reality. Yeah, because this reality has no logic behind sometimes. I mean, it has logic, but way higher than we can imagine. And that's why we cannot really understand certain things sometimes. But the feelings that I had, I could feel that they are real, they are not fakey ones. And imagine what surprise I had when I saw that this guy is removing the implant. I didn't see how he put the implant, but when I requested, I saw how he was removing it. This is the thing, yeah. Well, something like that. Overall, it was very interesting, positive experience, like a short little journey. Then I woke up and I was like, okay, just 20 minutes more. I closed my eyes, went out of my body again, but that experience was not so interesting to tell. Nothing really special apart seeing some people. Well, so far so good. If you find this interesting, subscribe to my channel and then press like and share your opinion if you want to. Of course, you're welcome to do that. Otherwise, I wish you all the best. Stay clean emotionally, energetically. Stay in harmony. Be happy. Don't worry, be happy. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.